Spring market is here, and as with every spring, home sales are increasing. So more people are buying and selling, which means more people are going to end up moving. Do you do it yourself or do you hire a mover? So coming up next is an interview with a friend of mine who runs Total Moving in Winnipeg, and we're going to get some tips on how to find, hire, and select a great mover.
You're listening to the Beau Knows Real Estate Podcast. Tips and advice for home buyers, sellers, and owners with award-winning Remax agent, Beau Kaufman.
All right, today we're going to be talking about moving, hiring a mover or doing it yourself. The moving industry, I have found, is one of those really unregulated industry. Anybody with a pickup truck can call themselves a mover. It's like a home inspection service. Anybody with a flashlight and a ladder can call themselves a home inspector. So how do you weed through that? I can tell you a quick little story. When I was a police officer, I was sitting in the station and somebody came in and report that they had a whole bunch of stuff go missing from their moving company. So it is kind of the Wild West out there as far as moving goes. So if you are going to hire a mover, make sure you hire a good one. And today we're going to be talking with a good friend of mine who runs Total Moving, which is fairly new here in Winnipeg. And we're going to talk to him next. His name is Colby Kiss. All right, so I'm here with my friend Colby Kiss from Total Moving Winnipeg. Colby, let's get right into it. I'm going to ask you if, there's so many movers out there. I mean, anybody with a pickup truck can call themselves a mover. It seems to me it's like a somewhat loosely regulated industry. There really is, it's a Wild West show out there. How do people find a great mover? What sets a great mover apart from the rest?
You know what? That you're absolutely correct in that sense. You got to be careful with who you're hiring. Some places you might want to look to first would be like BBB, Better Business Bureau. They only bring credible businesses on with Better Business Bureau. We're on there. We have a great review system through them. The next would be check your Google reviews. That's probably your most important, important thing to look into, right? Like if a company has all 5 stars and they've got over, say, even 30 reviews, you're probably looking at a company that is somewhat credible, and they can't all be fake ones if companies are looking to do that, right? So it is something companies do, unfortunately. But if they're getting over the 30, 40 mark, they're definitely having customers that are having good experiences with them. So that's massive. And then another one we're hopping into as soon as we get into 2 years in business, is CAM, the Canadian Association of Movers. Our business mentor out in Phillips is in there, and they've set the steps up for us to get right in. We've already been deemed as credible, and it's just about getting 2 years in the industry for us right now so that we can hop into that one. To further go into it, I guess, like some things you'd want to look into when you're making the calls to the moving company, or you want to make sure that they're friendly, they're willing to help you right off that first phone call. I get lots of calls from customers that from the first phone call, they say they're so surprised that we're approachable via phone and that we're over the phone, willing to answer their questions, not just get their estimate info that we need. You want to know what's going on in there with their whole situation before their move. And next thing, of course, you want to make sure these companies are fully insured. Workers, they have their workers' comp certified, they're fully insured as well. I think it's important if you look on a company's website or in their socials, just make sure they're staying relevant. Lots of these moving companies that maybe are trying to hide the kind of sketchier things they do or whatever it might be, they don't have a social presence. They're not completely updating their website regularly. So it's kind of a good way to tell that if a company's staying relevant and staying updated on their socials, and posting new content, they're not afraid to be out there. They could have customers that are mad at them commenting on their stuff 24/7 if they're doing that, right? So I think we do that. We have a very good social presence, and I think our website's pretty top notch. And yeah, I think another important question to ask when you're hiring a mover, first of all, make sure they're going to get you an estimate. Like no mover over the phone should ever just say it's going to be 4 hours and then they show up and you have 1,000 more things than they expected for a 1-bedroom move. We make sure we break all our things down through a cube sheet, ensuring that we actually get our customer a proper price and an hourly rate that makes sense for their move. And when we get them that, we normally fall within half an hour positive or negative of that estimate. So it's kind of an important thing there for sure. You want to get a number before going into your move. Right.
Especially if you just move once every 5 years, you kind of want to know what you're getting into.
Exactly. Yeah. And you hear that so much too, that customers come to me and they say, oh, hey, this one company I hired 3 years ago told me it was going to be $300 and they showed up to my 1-bedroom apartment. Right. It ended up being $700 in 5 hours. Right. So we make sure we get them that hour number and a price that will be somewhat close on.
Okay.
And then the last thing I think is kind of important there would be ask a moving company. This one always throws a company off, and it might not be the right company if it does throw them off when you ask them this question, but ask them what they're going to do if things go wrong. The unfortunate part of this industry is we're movers. There's going to be dings, nicks. There's going to be stuff like that that happens. The important thing is how that is made up for. We run claims forms. There's basic laws from the federal government of what we must meet, but then we also sell our customers valuation. We make sure they understand our claims forms before going in, so that they know if anything does go wrong, we're here to help them. And we give them every opportunity to ensure that they're getting, whether it's money back or things fixed, they're getting those opportunities to have any mistakes made up on.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, the big one there that stuck out for me is the insurance and the workers' comp, because if a mover slips in your house and hurts himself, that actually it's the homeowner's responsibility sometimes, because he's provided, the homeowner, the seller or the buyer has provided the workspace. So you got to have workers' comp and insurance.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not even to bash some of the smaller movers. Everyone's trying to make a dollar, I guess, but it needs to be done correctly, right? So those two things are huge. Of course, you want them fully insured and the companies to have workers' comp for their employees.
Well, listen, I get a lot of young people buying their first house. And I remember when I was like 25, 30, we always had friends. We had, a ton of friends, some of them with pickup trucks, and they're always willing to do stuff for a pizza and a case of beer. So what do you say to young people who say, well, I'm going to save myself that $500, $600, $800 and just get a bunch of buddies together, have a good day, make a day of it? What do you say to people like that?
Call me for an estimate first. You know what? Everyone says that. Like it seems every friend group, including my own, they all go through, whoever's lucky enough to, well, I shouldn't even say lucky enough to move into their first place, but whoever's moving out first, it seems like they all go through that and they end up buying the case of beer and pizza, and then no one else in the friend group's fortunate to save the money there. But there's just certain things that aren't going to get done when you hire a friend group. You're not going to know how long it's going to take. If you're moving, we go into poundage when we make our moves, right? So if you're moving, say 3,000, 4,000 pounds and you just got a pickup truck, you're going to be moving all day with your friend group as well. So make sure they know that. But certain things like pad wrapping your furniture, if it's furniture you care about, like it's not going to be taken care of properly.
Right.
There'll be other things you don't think of, like disassembly, certain moving techniques. Trying to get a couch through a door is a lot harder when you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And it's just more difficult than people think.
Plus the insurance factor too, right? Like, if your friend drops that headboard and scratches it all up, don't think you're going to have insurance for that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been a lot of lost friendships over moving. So is that really worth it as well?
How to burn through your friends in 3 easy steps.
Yeah, hire them for 3 moves in 2 years or something and they're gone.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this short announcement.
You're listening to the Beau Knows Real Estate Podcast with Beau Kaufman of Remax Performance Realty. If you're thinking of buying or selling a house or a condo in Winnipeg, remember, Beau knows real estate.
Listen, what I like about you guys is you offer a whole bunch of different services. Like, for one thing, you go out and you sell just the packing supplies and wrapping and tape and stuff like that. But what other services do you guys offer?
Oh, we were talking about that recently, you and I. We kind of put it into, it's on our website right now. We have a little infographic, but we kind of break things down into a 4-step moving process kind of thing. Now, you don't need to use this for all 4 steps, but the first would be we kind of like just virtually or just online, we can set you up through email with the packing supplies you need, get you our prices, get you set up there and have them delivered to you. Then we can come do that pack, whether it's the move day, the day before, we send packers, however it works. That's kind of step 2 is doing the pack. And then step 3 is the obvious one that everyone knows we do, which is just getting the move done.
Right.
And then our 4th step, the final step in this kind of infographic would be doing the unpack, organizing of the house. It's, again, you don't have to hire for all 4 things. Lots of customers will buy our packing supplies. They'll do all the packing. We move it. We give them tips on how to properly pack, ensuring that there's going to be no damages. And that's totally fine. But yeah, we do offer all 4. And then I guess the other big thing we offer is assembly.
That's what I was waiting for. Yeah, the assembly, that kind of blew me away. So people go to IKEA, buy that dresser with the 400 parts, and you offer service to put it together for them.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I don't blame people. The IKEA stuff can be pretty annoying. So
no kidding.
we found a little bit of a market in there. We're hoping to get that to start taking off even more so in the future here. But if anybody just needs some things built, put together, we'll send our best assembly guys over and get that done for them.
Right on. So what's the best way? How do people get a hold of you?
Well, we have a quotation link and just to contact us through our website. That never hurts. Goes directly to me and my staff's emails, and then we reach out. You can get a hold of us at my email as well, Colby@totalmovingwinnipeg.ca or hello@totalmovingwinnipeg.ca. Both of those we can be reached. And our phone number, we have our office line, which is 431-441-MOVE. It's 6683 for the end there.
So that website was totalmovingwinnipeg.ca.
Yeah, I guess I should have said the website, eh?
It's okay. It was part of your email, but I just wanted to make sure people understood and got it all.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. It is www.totalmovingwinnipeg.ca. That's the website.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I'd like to do another episode with you sometime down the road. Maybe we'll talk about how people can save money, what some tips and tricks to moving, how they can do some of the stuff and hire you for some of the other stuff. We'll come up with some ideas on how to save people money, because they're going to be spending a lot of it buying the house these days. Like the market is nuts.
It's wild. I know you know that.
Yep. So I'll look forward to doing this again with you.
Can't wait to be back on, Beau. Thanks for having us.
Okay. All right. Take care. Bye, Colby.
Take it easy, Beau. Bye.
Well, I met Colby about a year and a half ago or so, and I've been recommending Total Moving to all my clients for that time. And I've had nothing but positive feedback. And like I said, this is an industry where it's a real hit and miss. You can get some really good ones, and you can get some that will, quite frankly, rip you off. And I've always found Colby to be a stand-up guy, and I like their whole business mentality and philosophy. And I think you'll be quite happy hiring Total Moving for your next move. And no, they did not pay for this episode. This is just a service that I provide. I like surrounding myself with people that are good at their business. So if you're looking to buy or sell, just know that I've already got a great lawyer, home insurance company, mover, plumber, electrician, home inspector, roofer. I've got them all on speed dial. People that I know and trust, and people that I can get a hold of even on the weekend. Try and get a lawyer to answer a phone on the weekend. I can do it. So if you're looking to buy or sell, give me a shout, because you get more than just a realtor. You get access to all the best professionals in their respective fields to help us make that purchase or the sale of that house. So until next time, this has been Beau Kaufman, Remax Performance. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Beau Kaufman of Remax Performance Realty. Are you thinking of buying or selling a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Call Beau at 204-333-2202. Remember, Beau knows real estate.